To my channel, Pretty Inspired Decor, and yes, you may be looking at a Christmas tree, but in just a couple of moments I'm going to show you a pretty tablescape and how I create Christmas for a group of women friends who come every year to celebrate at our home. So let me stop here and put a little footage in so you can see the process that I underwent to create my table. For this tablescape, I'm going to be using some very non-traditional colors for Christmas. You know that I love my pinks and greens. So I decided this year, for at least this tablescape, I would incorporate those colors. And what I did is I started with 6 large napkins, and that's what you see going around the table. And then in the middle of the table, I have 2 placemats. There is a little bit of red in the placemats and some pinks and some greens. And I do want to keep a little bit of red in there as well because, as you know, in my kitchen, I do have reds in my window. So I'm going to try to marry the two together, keeping mostly with my pinks and greens. Now the way I've started my centerpiece is I've just taken some eucalyptus garland and I popped in a couple of candles that run on batteries and some little votive candles. And that's the beginning of this centerpiece. The next thing I've done is I've just added some of this icy greenery. Looks very pine-like. It's certainly a Christmas greenery. And this was a large pick that I bought at Michael's. And I just cut it apart to put it inside of my centerpiece. So the next thing I've done is added these 3 really pretty candlesticks. You'll notice they don't match exactly, and I'm good with that. One has a square top and the other 2 have sort of rounded tops. And I also haven't put the same candles in. I have one that has gold and cream, and then these other ones are very icy and glittery. And I wanted that difference as well, and I'll explain that in just a few moments. I've added a couple of really pretty glistening pine cones. Now I've added some little ornaments in. They're in the pinks and the golds. Now you see why I wanted to have one of my candles have some gold in it. And then I've added these little icy cream and green picks. Also hidden in the mix, I have this little fairy. Isn't she cute? On this side of the table, there's Santa and another fairy. And you can see I've added some of my little pink bottle brush trees that are meant to be napkin rings, but again, I'm going to use them very differently. The next thing I do is I lay out my chargers, and I decided that I would use these really pretty pink marbly chargers and these really pretty iridescent chargers that really pick up pinks and greens, and like they're just so pretty, very, very iridescent. And I decided that I would do 3 pink and 3 iridescent, and then I'd put my napkins down. And the next time you come back, you'll see the table fully set. And so this is the finished table. Now you'll notice, and you know, I love the colors pink and green, and I found these dishes this year off of a Facebook sell site. And when I saw them, I went, oh yes, I must have these dishes. Look at how pretty they are. In my pinks and my greens with just a little bit of a soft gold It's absolutely perfect, and it marries my living room well into this scape. And you know, does it bother me that I've got reds and greens and more traditional colors behind me? Not at all. So let me show you what I did to create this table scape. So when I set my table, and you've already seen me use the chargers and that type of thing, and all of the napkins and all of the linens, I should say. So you'll take a look, I lay my dinner plate down, and then on top of that, maybe I should show you underneath, I always put a little non-skid piece on my charger so that my dinner plates don't move around. That was a great tip from my good friend Janet. Often, if I'm serving soup, and I am for this particular occasion, I also put my soup bowl on there. But you know, I decided this time to do it a little bit differently. So rather than putting my soup bowl there, I thought, because my guests, when they come for a special event, I like to send them home with a little treat. So I bought these really pretty ornaments, and they can add them to their tree or anywhere else that they would like to put them. I add my soup bowl, and I always knife rest. And these knife rests, there's almost an iciness to them. So you know, I've really wanted to use these knife rests because I think they look perfect for Christmas. And they're perfect. The reason why you want to have a knife rest in your world is so that your linens don't get as dirty, and especially if you're going to be serving something, you know, that maybe has gravy or a tomato base, it really keeps your linens a little bit cleaner. Always like to add, because my friends are wine drinkers, so I've got my wine glass, and you'll notice this glass is not something that I use for Christmas. I use these all year round. I just love them. They're from Villeray and Bosch. And then I have added this really pretty water glass. This really just very, very simple, very, very pretty. And they have different sayings. Some say joy, some say merry, some say Noel. And of course, one must have, in my world, place card settings. And so you'll notice I've got Sheila's name on here and this pretty little tree. And I know you saw these trees already in my living room, and I've just brought them into here. And of course, everyone must have her own salt and pepper shakers, and I've mixed them up. So I've got these ones that look like little eggplants, and then I have these ones as well that look like little, well, they are little snow people. How pretty are they? So this is my final tablescape, and I'm really enjoying, I really enjoyed setting this up, and I know my friends will really like it as well. And so I'll have you take a little peek around this table so you can see how pretty it is. And you'll also notice from when I created the centerpiece that I've added some more elements, because I'm never done. I always think I'm done, and then I think of other things to add. See if you can point out what I have added to the centerpiece. So thank you so much for watching my how to set a tablescape for Christmas 2019. I will likely be back with another tablescape that'll be entirely different, and that one will be closer to Christmas. And of course, we'll have more place settings because my family will be here as well. So until we see each other next time, if you have not already subscribed, I would appreciate it if you would do so. Click the bell so that you will get notification of future videos. Share this video with people who love Christmas as much as we do. And until next time, bye-bye.